Well, hello and welcome to Producer Dan. I'm Dan. Thanks for stopping by the channel today. I'm excited because today is video number 5 in a series of videos that I'm doing of songs from my friend Vicky Andres that I produced. And this was one of my first songs that I did of hers a while back before I had the channel, and it's called Zombies, and I'm excited to show you the song. So let's go into Pro Tools and I'll show you how I finished the song. Well, hello and welcome to my Pro Tools session for the song Zombies by Vicky Andres. This was one of my first projects using Easy Drummer, and I will be posting a video about Easy Drummer next Sunday, and I'll highlight this song because this song was one of my first successful projects using Easy Drummer, but I'm going to cover the whole song for you in this video. This vocal and Vicky's guitar were both recorded in her living room. I don't know how many years ago. I was using Logic at the time. I had a laptop. I had a little interface. It was really the beginnings of my music production hobby. So I wanted to record her vocal and her guitar and then take it back to my apartment here in Miami at the time and put music to it and to work on it that way. And she gave me her blessing and said, yes, go ahead. And this is not my first attempt. I think I've done this song twice. The first attempt did not have the Easy Drummer drums, and I was still getting to know my DAW and learning. And but this version, I think I came into my own a little bit. I started to understand mixing, and I got a little more adventurous. I started using the Easy Drummer, and that really helped to have a good drum track in the background. But I got very adventurous with the guitar, and I got very creative. I had to get creative because the guitar track that I recorded for this song, and here it is, it was very thin. I didn't take my time recording it. This is Vicky's guitar. We kind of rushed it. She sang this vocal to this guitar track and a click track, and that is it. And you'll be amazed when you hear the vocal. You'll think that she sang this to a full band, and she didn't. She sang it to this guitar track. Hear how thin that is? I've done the best I could with it. I have EQ'd it. I've given it some effects. But this was really just a scratch guitar track for her to sing to. But it had a neat character. The song is called Zombies, and so I really think the sound has kind of a 60s bare guitar sound that I wanted to use in the song. So I did, and I'll show you some of the things I did to this guitar to integrate it, to make it work, really, is what I did. Why don't I just play you the beginning of the song, and then I'll kind of break down what I did.
They just dropped me off and left me here. Human touch gone and replaced by what passes for love now. Moving on, evolution was traded for lust. I don't mean to sound so jaded, but I feel so separated. I can hold you through this USB.
All right, that's the beginning. That's the intro. Let me show you what I did with the guitar. You can see here. It plays by itself until it gets to here, and then I made 2 separate tracks, this one, and they do the bum bum.
Gone are the days
That's the same guitar. I've just doubled it up and put one left and one right. So this part's down the center. But when it gets to this bump, bum, it goes wide. And there are two different clips of that phrase or riff. So it goes wide. You know that trick. The second thing I did was just clean it out. The drums are doing like a hi-hat and a kick drum. But one of my favorite things that's happening in the beginning here are these sounds here. That's a right and left kind of synth pluck thing happening on bop, 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 bop. So that gives it some fun and dynamics as well. So I was happy with that.
They just dropped me off and left me here.
Okay, that opening vocal was not originally there. I stole that from later on in the song. You'll hear it, and stuck it here in the beginning because I like the phrase so much. She says it in the song, and it's a big part of the song. It's a big part of her vocal, and it's a fun part of the song. So I wanted to pluck that from the song and lay it down in the front and begin the song with that. It's kind of got a telephone EQ thing happening and a lot of reverb. So that intro, we took it all the way up to the end of the intro, and that's when all of the guitars come in what I'm calling the second intro.
I can hold you through this USB.
My favorite thing that's happening there is this static guitar. You almost don't notice it, but it really does lend. It lends a lot to what's happening there. These are my guitars left and right. They're mostly distortion. There's also a lead guitar happening there. Also, Vicky's guitar is still doing that riff, in which we built the whole song over. Okay, and I also want to point out the bass that I'm doing in this. This is ridiculous. I just listened to it now, just to review before doing this video, and the bass, the distortion that I have on this bass, and it sounds, when I solo the bass, it sounds terrible. It's very distorted, but in the mix, in the song, this, spooky zombie song, it fits. But here's what I'm doing with the bass. Here's the bass by itself. Already pretty crunchy, but I have added this distortion, of course, which I always do, but on this song it fits in perfectly. I can't believe I put that much distortion on it, and I almost want to take some off, but listen to everything all together.
I can hold you through this USB.
So it just goes to show you, when everything's teamed up and doing its own job, things sound nice together. So there's also a synth sound that I've put into that second intro that I just noticed that I liked. So that's just like a spooky bass synth thing happening in the background in that second intro.
I can hold you through this USB.
Okay. And I will point out that is where the drums come in, and I am using Easy Drummer. And so here's the track that it's coming in on. It's a stereo track. I've got a little bit of reverb. It's being bussed out to some reverb there. And I've got a little EQ happening, wow, on the drums, okay? Obviously, rolled off a lot of the sub bass. But here is the Easy Drummer track. So in the beginning, we have the hi-hat happening.
Strut me off and lift me here.
And the second intro, that's really where the drums come in.
I can hold you through this USB.
And one of my favorite things in this song is this little tambourine. So that's the first time you hear from it. Again, I love adding a tambourine, particularly in Easy Drummer, because the tambourine in Easy Drummer it hits right on time. It's quantized. You have so much control over it. So it's one of my favorite features of Easy Drummer is the tambourine. So I won't touch on the drums because I do go into that in a different video. Let's see. Let's listen to that second verse since we're there.
No more other ways of a good deed. No more replaced by someone's version of their own needs. No more evolution was traded for greed. I don't mean to sound so jaded, but I feel so separated. I can't help it if they hold me down. There are those who walk like zombies here. Yeah. You can see it in their vacant stares. They forgot to show me not to care. They just drop me off and leave me here.
Something funny that I did, she says, whoa. That whoa, I actually stole from another part of the song and put it in there. I will point that out down the road when we get to the bridge. I actually stole that whoa from the bridge and put it there just to build that entrance into the third verse, and it works. It's totally works there. Adds a lot. Okay, so I have a lot of favorite parts to this song. This intro 3 is one of my favorites, of course, and it's because there's a big build to this. These things happen. Also, that's where this organ comes in. The horns and the organ really work well together. They sound great with the guitars and everything happening there. So it adds another layer, and I couldn't be happier. So, and then of course that goes into the second chorus. Did you hear that? Whoa! That's where I stole that low from. Also, I do have like a little mild string section, little orchestra section that comes in, and a piano here in this bridge. So I was pleased with that too. That was another placeholder that I wasn't sure of. When I was doing the song, I just kind of piled stuff in to see what would stick, and I ended up keeping those. And when I showed Vicky the draft, she's like, "Ooh, I like what you've done in the bridge." So obviously kept that and stripped that down to the bare minimum.
Just drop me off and left me here. I don't wanna hide, no. Oh, I don't wanna die this way. Well, I need a ride back to the other side. There are those who walk like zombies here. You can see it in their vacant stares. And they forget to show me not to care. They just drop me off and left me here. Oh, yeah. They drop me off and left me here. Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot that helps out in that last chorus and outro. One thing I've done is obviously I've doubled those vocals in that last chorus, and I'll play them for you so you can hear them, hear how thick they sound together.
And they forgot to show me not to care. They just dropped me off and left me here. Oh, yeah. They dropped me off and left me here. Oh, yeah.
So what that is, obviously, is, I told you this was a very sparse recording. It was just her vocal and that guitar. So imagine her singing that, just that little thin guitar sound that you heard. So that was incredible. And we did 2 takes, and I grabbed both of those takes and used them as doubles here at the end. And you can see they're at the same volume. And so it just goes to show you that a double vocal can really add some drama and body to the vocal when there's so much else happening. That vocal needs to stand up with everything else, you know, the 6 guitars that are happening and the strings and the piano and the organ. So I also wanted to point out my faux Eddie Van Halen fingering lead guitar on that outro. Here it is. So I'm not a lead guitarist, but I did practice that. I thought, well, that would be a nice place for some fingering, and so that was my best effort. And I think with everything else going on, you don't really realize how weak and sloppy it kind of is. So, but I'm happy with that. I think it's good enough. I only had to get it right the one time, and I know I edited that, maybe spliced a couple of attempts together to get that. So, I am happy with that. In this last chorus in the outro, I do kind of highlight the drums in my Easy Drummer video, but I'll point them out here too because I'm very proud of this, what I did here in the outro. I'm happy with the tambourine in this part. It picks it up double time. So there it is, Zombies by Vicky Andres, one of my earlier works, one of also her earlier works, and it is available for you to download on iTunes. Vicky Andres Zombies. Walking Contradiction is another one of her songs available for you that we did together on iTunes and Spotify, so show her some love and check out the songs. Check out my video next week when I will kind of give a demonstration on how to use Easy Drummer. So look for that. That's coming next Sunday. Thank you very much for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.